Happy 30th birthday to the Linux kernel. 30 years ago today, Linus Torvalds sent out an email announcing this new hobby project. This hobby project became the biggest open source project ever created and arguably the most important software ever created as well. Linux is used in pretty much every type of computing device, from phones to desktops, supercomputers to Raspberry Pis, or from cars to the International Space Station. This past weekend, we at the Destination Linux Network celebrated the 30th anniversary of Linux with a special event which we called the DLN MegaFest. The entire MegaFest is available to watch on our YouTube channel, but here are a few highlights from the event.
So the people who are winning games, by the way, all commented on this post of what does Linux mean to you. And so McBride, who won one, if Mr. McBride said in a single word, freedom,
Yes.
is what it means to him. So I definitely would agree. Freedom is a big thing, especially now with everything continuing to get more and more and more locked down. That's going to make Linux stand out from everybody else. So Alvnik says the people in the Linux community are pretty high quality and help me grow as a person. I think they overshadow Linux because if Linux wasn't there, they'd simply build it.
Isn't that great?
I like that.
That's pretty powerful. I like this for the 30 years, reading these comments of what Linux means to people, because it's just so much awesome stuff here in this thread. Thirth says to have a platform to create, write, draw comics. And I've seen some of Thirst's comics, and it's amazing watching him continue to grow in his artistic capabilities and things here, utilizing this. This is what I talk about with the digital divide too, because I don't know about Thirst specifically, but a lot of people can't afford to go get these $500 subscriptions to art software and things like that. It just is extraordinarily expensive. But because we have Linux and we have open source software, they can go out there, they can be the next great artist. They can work on things that they're passionate about without having to worry about license fees or reloading their operating system and losing the license that they finally got and now can't find the license so that they can actually use their software. We don't have to deal with that in Linux. And we take that for granted. I think when you've been in Linux for a long time, that every time I want to switch distros, I don't have to go look for a bunch of licenses for all the software to reinstall.
Yeah. So Spectres comment, Linux means privacy, security, customization, and control. It means no vendor lock-in and open protocols, open source, and freedom. It allows me to express myself through my technology, and it allows me to utilize technology my way rather than how someone else thinks I should use it. Love that.
The Burger King method, your way.
But do they really do your way? Because every time I order,
maybe
Linux get it some other way.
Linux does, maybe not Burger King.
Yeah. That used to be their thing. Anybody else see one in here they want to read out?
Sure. Wisdom. Linux gives me the freedom, but to do what I want with my own hardware. You know, for a guy like me who has some obscure hardware, and for me, it's actually very huge to be able to customize my desktop environment or window manager to my heart's content. He says to have privacy in the age of spyware proprietary software, and sometimes to waste a little time messing around tinkering with the system. And those are all the top four reasons for me. Really, it is because the way a lot of things in technology are going, it's like they want to kind of pull that away from you and say, we'll take care of it for you. You can just, it's easy. But I think that easy takes away freedom in so many ways. And I think it takes away a lot of the fun and the joy of making your personal computer personal. So I think those are all great reasons there.
So Bib has another awesome comment I wanted to read here. It says, what does Linux mean to me? To me, Linux means I don't have to put up with being locked into poor quality, closed source software defaults, annoying privacy violations, and an organization which changes their policies or procedures without input or signing away any rights as a user. Because of Linux, I feel like my software and hardware are mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty powerful.
Yep.
That is awesome. Also, we got another one I wanted to mention is VE64RD says, I love the community. If I ever need help with my system and don't find a solution in the wiki, I always get help from someone. And I never have to wait that long to get help. And I always get help until the problem is fixed. And that last part is so true in so many ways that it's mind-blowing. There's times where I've had a question and I didn't expect anyone to be able to answer it really. And then they'll spend 3 hours trying to help me solve it. And then by the time we get done, we've solved it, but they took the effort and the time to help me solve something that I wasn't really expecting to get an answer for. And that kind of thing happens all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I think the community is amazing.
Yeah, being allowed to talk to these brilliant developers real time is so like I remember that just being the weirdest experience the first time a developer replied to me when I was in Linux. Because imagine like Microsoft, you're never going to get a developer to answer a question unless you're a big business or something from Microsoft from a person just posting to a forum. And I just remember the first time that I posed a question and it was just a developer came on and it was like a celebrity to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like it's just amazing that you can get these people directly to talk to and walk you through something. Or Garuda, when I had that issue and I posted on the forum, immediately got a response. That type of stuff is just mind blowing to me. All right, Michael, one of the community members wanted to know what the origin of the DLN network was, and I thought that would be a good one for you.
Oh, that's a good question. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff about like how this happened. I started getting into media production about 10 years ago, roughly. Maybe a little bit over 10 years ago. And I did producing first, and I did collaborations with different things before I started doing my own thing. And then I decided that I wanted to be able to, create something like this. And I planned on doing it for like probably 5 or 6 years before I got to the opportunity to actually do it. I started doing my YouTube channel and making content, and also making the This Week in Linux podcast and all that stuff. And it was fantastic, and it was basically like the first stage of what I wanted, because I eventually wanted to get the DLN to be created, and for whatever reason, I just couldn't get it to be done. Like it was just so much trying to maneuver everything, and it just never came about. And then I joined Destination Linux as the podcast, and I met Ryan. And that kind of created like this potential, like maybe there's something here. I don't know. And so don't tell Ryan about this. But it was really interesting because I told him about this. We were actually at Self, I think. The first year we were at Self together, and I told him about this plan that I wanted to do of making this network. And then he was like, "That sounds great. He's like, I would love to see that happen." And probably a few months later, some things, some pieces move around on the board and whatnot. And then basically there's an opportunity, and he comes to me and says, "Hey, we should do this network thing." I'm like, yeah, I do want to do that someday. And no, now. We should do it now. And that's a thing I love about Ryan, is that he's a person who just wants to get stuff done that needs to get done. Basically, I don't even know if I would have eventually, if he hadn't pushed me into doing it, I don't know if I ever would have actually done it myself. So it was fantastic, because he's like, "All right, I'm gonna help you make it," and it's like, fantastic, let's do it. So we started it in September 2019, and it became what it is now. And I just want to thank Ryan. Don't tell him that it was it was very like it was my dream to make this, and he made it possible for it to exist. So but don't.
I wish I wasn't on mute the whole time. Yeah, I heard any of that.
Oh, good.
Really sweet.
You were mute. Okay, that's fair. That's good.
Yeah. No,
so now with the gushiness over.
Jeez, I didn't know we were going to get gushy.
It's not. I didn't know we were going to have that question, and I'm going to answer that question. That's what the truth is.
That's a good question.
And Michael NicoJet says, and then you found a $9 stool on sale, and your dream is complete.
Okay. Two things. One, that was after the network was started, and it did add to the gravitas of the network. That is true. Also, I'm currently using it, so good purchase.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. He finally, because he wanted to prove, he finally moved it from that corner. But I bet you there's a big pile of dust there where that stool once sat.
See? Stool.
Yeah. Wow.
There actually is not a pile of dirt, because I am very clean. However, there is an indentation in the carpet.
I thought it would be interesting to ask you this question of where do you see the Destination Linux network in 5 years, since you're one of the creators on the show? Where do you see it going? It's from the community.
Well, I would say I would see it from the community perspective, or even from just me as a dude. I would say I see the network, one, becoming more solvent, and actually being able to grow and do more and become more relevant as far as a place to go. If you notice, Ryan, that when you guys have guests, your guests leave happy and they're excited about the time that they spend on Destination Linux. They stick around for the after shows much of the time. And so you have a kind of an excitement that's around the Destination Linux network, that you continue to foster that. I think that it's going to be the hub, the place where people go to talk Linux, to talk open source, to talk software, to talk technology in a welcoming way. And I think it's just going to be and I think you're going to see probably other areas in Linux communities, probably either one, shun you, saying you're nothing but shills, but more likely you're going to see people say, well, this is the place to go, let's emulate that. And I think that's where you're probably going to see more, either people emulating it more, and people just being drawn to the network just because of that welcoming attitude you do have.
Nate. All right.
Aw.
That was awesome.
I can back up Nate's point. Like a couple of folks that I've encouraged to come on to DL actually told me afterwards that you guys were so friendly and so nice to them, and you helped them be prepared for it, that they wanted to come back again and again.
All right, Michael, can you capture who wins here for me? Awesome.
Automatically, it's on the stream, so sure.
Wow.
So here's how this is going to work. Once I click randomize, I've picked up everybody who's left a comment on that Steam giveaway. Since we have your username in the discourse, if you win, we'll send you a message after Game Fest with the key. Jill, can you? Oh no, Noah, do you have like a soundboard thing, or are you not at your soundboard?
I have. I think I'm. Hold on a second. This isn't quite as fast as the other one, but I think I got the perfect thing for you. Ready?
Okay.
All right, and click on this one.
So
and
nice having like an audio engineer on call. Nice.
There we go.
And our next winner is, and cue my music. This is so empowering. And the winner for Darkest Dungeon, which is such a fun game, by the way, we're going to give away a $500 donation to an open source project here that you all chose, not us. If Noah's still with us, you can cue some music here, man.
Thank you.
God, he's so good.
He's just ready for it.
Right on.
So VLC, we will be giving you a $500 donation right after the stream ends.
That's
So thank you
Sweet.
to the
Video
DL
Land
community.
Foundation.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, if anybody wants to join, I don't know if the servers are full or not. I don't think they are.
I'm in.
Oh, Michael's in, everyone. Go find Michael.
I'm dead now.
Yay.
And Ryan's still. Oh, I got booted again.
Oops, I got booted again.
Oops, I booted again. I kicked you off the server and it broke my heart.
How does he? I don't know. We wondered that the same thing after Hardware
That's pretty good for a spur of the moment parody.
A lot of times when Wendy's joining Hardware Addicts for us to record, we're singing. She joins us. And
Ryan will just
we're
start
already
a
singing.
random song and I will join in, guaranteed. Like I have no choice. I just have to join in.
It's enough to make kings and vagabonds.
Something
Okay.
don't know the
Wow.
words.
We want to attract viewers, not scare them.
Or the
away.
toad.
Sorry.
Oh.
Bad. Sorry. In that case. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me
no
no
more.
more.
That's not any better.
Your prior statement about wanting to attract people, not scare them away.
We
Okay,
should do
sorry,
DLN karaoke.
Yeah, we should.
All right. I think Michael is the murderer.
We haven't even started.
I don't know. Michael's looking awfully sus. Look at that smile on his face.
You're very sus.
If you guys don't know, you can actually skip your vote. So you
I'm
don't
going to
murder
skip
each
my
other.
vote and by voting on Ryan.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So for those who want to skip their vote as well, you can just choose Slow Dirt
Or Dark Pan. Dark Pan is who you want to pick.
again. Swing vote.
Oh.
Oh, we got him.
Wow.
I knew it. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of him. For sure.
And
There
He
we
was
go.
not an imposter.
Oh
apparently.
no.
you all should feel
Oh.
terrible about yourselves. Terrible.
I don't.
You know what you did last summer.
Oh.
Oh, look, Michael, they're up front.
Like my hair? You like my hair?
Uh-oh.
I do like your hair.
Thank you.
Quit following me. You're freaking me out.
Why? Oh, that's not that way. That's not how we go there. Gotta go this way. Apparently.
Michael Killer confirmed.
Found it.
Hey, you can use the bathroom.
What's happening?
What? I haven't
Are you
finished-
doing this?
I'm not touching anything. I'm trying to figure out what the.
Oh,
All right,
we
you
fixed
do
it,
it.
apparently. Whatever that
Well,
was.
I don't think it's Michael because he and I failed miserably at trying to do one task. So either that or
It's
Michael
Neil.
is
I
the
think
best
it's
actor
Neil.
I've ever seen.
I think it's Neil.
How?
I don't know.
The way you just said how.
Yeah, how you were so defensive.
Right?
Someone.
Dead body.
Whoa! Somebody's been busy.
Oh,
Okay, so
Busy.
I saw the body drop, and I'm pretty sure it was slow dirt.
He
Oh,
has-
come on. Again? You guys are going to play this?
he
Come
has
on.
been quiet.
I saw the body drop on the floor.
All
I
right,
dropped-
so
Took a minute to find
That's
the
a really
report
good
button.
one, but it's really him. He's the one saying, IT guy Eric is the one who listened to me this time. He's the one who did it.
killed me.
He said he saw the
Eric-
body drop on the floor. You only see that if you're the killer.
That's a
But
good-
not how
that's
that
very
works.
reasonable argument.
that's a good rebuttal.
It is, and it's hard to refute, but I'm pretty sure I saw Nico Jet's body
It's
fall on the
amazing how
floor.
quickly he just jumped in. It's like, oh, it was this guy. Because
I was the one who reported it.
No.
Thank you. At least somebody loves me.
Oh, come
Wow.
on again, people.
Wow.
Serious? I keep telling you who it is, and you guys keep killing me.
I like how you stuck to the story the entire time.
You did.